I spent the morning adding a few extra turrets to the ship. Enough to feel safer, but not nearly enough for what is ahead. To arm it properly, I'll need more magnesium for ammunition and also ice to keep my tanks full. If I want to push into the enemy compounds nearby, I need to be sure this ship can hold its own. So today's focus is clear. Secure the resources, stockpile what I can, and get the ship combat ready for whatever waits out there. In the meantime, I've been working on a little to-do list here so I don't forget what I was doing. I need to add some magnesium and ice, and I need to add some more guns below the ship as well. And I need just put it in so I don't forget it. What we did as well on the ship is added some extra guns on the wings there in the back. So we have some extra guns there. The plan is I want to add one more large gun. I would say maybe here underneath. So that means we could change this to another conveyor. We'll see. And then I probably want to add guns here as well. One turret here and one turret there. But that means we need to check how far exactly I need to pull my conveyor line to have that there. I could put my gun a little bit more behind, but then that would mean that it is also further away to shoot anything if I need to aim at something. So the better thing would be a gun in the front. So we'll have to look into that. That means I also will have to change this conveyor line and have it go on the ground and then go up, so there's more space to land if there's a gun here. Another thing we need to look at is on the better landing gear. I didn't like the legs, so I just removed them. So we're gonna change that to a better landing gear, maybe with the wheel suspensions or something. We'll see. Now, before we do all that, we go and mine some magnesium. Oh, military watchtower. Okay. All right. So what we're gonna do? I think we're gonna do some mining. Then we're gonna upgrade our ship so it's ready. And I think the first thing we're gonna do is actually go and check out that military watchtower before we do any of the other compounds. What we should do is actually set a button so that the so how I'm gonna do that, let's go to 2, let's go to 3, and then I'm gonna do and set and move my hinges. Current angle 17, current angle 22. So if I would set these to 25, so hinge and hinge. So let's call this hinge 1. And let's call this hinge 2. There we go. If I set these to, this was minus. If I set this to minus 25 and plus 25. So G, hinge 1, set to minus 25. Velocity of 5 maybe, because I don't know how quickly it is. Set label, that's okay. Then the second one is going to be that. We could put this with a timer as well, because I cannot put this in a group. And then rotate to angle, and this has to be to 25 at the speed of 5. Confirm. So now this should be pretty much on the right height. The only thing I need to do now is I need to set these to the right values here, and I need to say then the hinge rotate to angle, you should be set to 90 at 0.5. Confirm. And then this one should be set to minus 90, I think. Rotate to angle, minus 90 at 0.5. There we go. So this should be going up. Okay, so this one has to go to 90 as well. So let's reset this to rotate to angle. 90 at 05.00. Confirm. Then that should be like that. I might have to put my hinges. Control panel. Hinge. 2. Shared inertia tension. There we go. So now I should be able to set this to open up on the right angle. And if I'm done, I can just return them back inside so they are not sticking out when I'm driving. Alright, that's pretty good. Let's go and get some magnesium. No. Sorry. No. Let's go and get some magnesium. Is there a way for me to avoid any of these buildings? It seems like I'm gonna have to drive between those two. I don't think Incon sends drones, but you never know. Military Watchtower. This might be some good what you call it, resources in there. Activity detected at the perimeter. All units prepared for defensive action. Stand by for further. Okay. Well, I'm not planning to come nearby, but we know that there might be some defenses active there. The Incon lookout tower doesn't seem to be complaining. I'm gonna drive around here so we can drive in the valley. As long as we stay 1.4 kilometers from that watchtower, we should be safe. Oh, what's this? Okay, well, we're not gonna drive for that magnesium if I can take the magnesium from here. Alright, so let's put the drills on. And let's start with, I think, we want to go down. Wait, what we want to do actually is first clear the terrain. Because I don't want stone. I think 8 is retraction, no? Alright, well, you know how this works. I'm going to be drilling. I'm going to be scraping as much as magnesium as possible. I'll drive it back home and I'll see you when I'm there. Perfect weather for this, so I don't even see what's going on anymore now. But is the sun going down? Sun is going down. Alright, so we'll drive home, sleep, and then go for the ice next thing. Alright, not bad. Oh no, the sun is still up. I don't know, it was just like a little bit of cloudy weather. I'm gonna call this another GPS with MG, so we know that this is the second magnesium hotspot. Just in case I need some more, I need to return. So let's just retract everything and let's drive home. I think I'm gonna take a nap anyway, get this day over with, and then start fresh with the ice tomorrow. Let's fill up our bottle again. Let's double check our inventory. Empty. Alright, let's go and get some ice now. So, disconnect. And then I might have to drive away first. So I don't want to hit it while I'm moving it. Then 3, 5. This lookout tower seems to be also on the way. They're very strategically placed. So I might have to drive around a little bit. Do I just drive next to this instead of doing the same drive again? Let's get rid of that tree. There we go. And let's do another line. So let's just scrape up the top layer first. And then we can just do the same with the ice. I think if I do twice, I don't remember what we did last time. But if I do a 2 drive scrape, I should have enough with a full tank. What I want to avoid is fill up my drills this time. Alright, so now we got 1000k ice, so that's going to be a good start again. So let's bring that home, drop it off on the base, we make some more hydrogen again, and then we can focus on improving the ship. Well, that definitely went a little bit better without that drill shaking with the weight in it, so that's good. I do need to be careful with my suspension, it seems, because I'm definitely hanging a little bit low. So let's try to not jump anything. Gently. There we go. All right, 8. Phew! All right, so that now is gonna make our hydrogen. That should be filling up our tank again. Let's see. We currently have 99% in this tank. And how are we here on the ship? Let's see. 50%. All right, so we're gonna have to put the tanks on stockpile. Let's see. Control panel, tanks, tank. And then we're just gonna put all the tanks in one group. And just say tanks. All. Save. Go in my groups. And we're looking for you. We're gonna put you in the back and say stockpile on off. And say 9. So you can fill up with everything I have in my base. So for the moment, I still don't know what the comments are and what the name suggestions are. I will check later on and see if there's anything, but otherwise, probably the naming of the ship will happen in the next episode. Right, so this tank is filled up. Let me first check what we could do with landing gear. Because the landing gear is going to have to poke out far enough that the guns don't hit anything. How much is this? Is it like 1 block high? 1.5 block high. All right. If I would use any wheel suspension, I'm looking for short wheel suspension right and left. What's the difference between these two? Oh, that's 5x5. So 5x5. Could do something like that and then have a Mac plate in that piece. Yeah? Or do we put the landing gear? No, I think we should put the landing gear like here somewhere. Put one here, and then we say 9, which is the left, is right. And need to rotate it with the wheel forward if I'm correct. Remember correctly. Alright. Let's weld it up. Okay, so this should work on the back. Now, can we get a Mac plate underneath here, or is this not gonna snap there? Unable to place. That means because there is no grab point. Unable to place. I mean, we can just use it as like resting spots. It doesn't have to have Mac plates. But then I need to almost put another landing gear on the side here, which is not something I might want to do. Could we work with the light strips for this? Neon tubes, maybe? If I would take you... You need interior plates. This is not the most solid solution. But it might work. I don't know if I like the plate as being used. But I think we could put a mag plate underneath there now. Yep. Are we happy with it? I don't know. So this could work, but we need to find a better solution for the connection points. I could work with the framework. I could put it even on the outside, and I think it would be less noticeable, but I think here is maybe a better idea. So we put one here, and we put one here. I'm sure I did this differently, and I will have to check my other ship again to see how I solved that. Because I definitely had a better solution than this. Alright, and what we're gonna do here? We're gonna put lights in this corner. So we actually see where we're landing. There we go. And then we can remove this. As long as we are gentle with the landing, we should be fine. So we got some landing legs, which look better than the landing gear we have for the moment. I really don't like it. It is too bulky and too square. I feel like this has a bit of a better feeling for landing gear. The next thing we need to do is we need to look into our guns. So one gun is going to go in here, I think. Because there's a conveyor there. Bit of an annoyance. I wish there was a conveyor that actually had a closed connection. Because we could do this. Oh, you know what I could do? I put a sorter. The sorter could work. And just say the only thing that's allowed to pass through is ammo. We just need to make sure that we placed it in the right direction. But I think we did. Yeah, okay. So we can put two guns here. And then we need... Because you're going to take 3 slots. You're going to take 3 slots. That means that you're going to cover this. That means that the gun... has to be almost here. Which is right underneath my... Alright, so let me just grind away my cockpit for a second. Alright, and let's put you on... depressurize. Somehow I have a leak, I think. Or I'm out of oxygen. Not entirely sure. If I put you on depress or pressurize off, why is this not working? Is it because the doors are closed? Okay, okay, we're good. And this is because you are depressurizing. All right, good. So we're good, we're good. So on here, we need our cockpit back. There we go. So I might have to do some things here because I seem to be lost everything. This used to be my Atmo thrusters, which I don't no longer have. This is gone. And this is gone. So I'm assuming one will be the connector and the other one will be my tanks. So if I go to my groups, tanks all, I can put this on stockpile on off. And then I need to find my connector, which I don't know which one it is. Alright. Right, so now we have a conveyor. I need to put some, let me see. I can put some conveyor plates on that. Just to cover this. And then we're going to put another plate on here. Let's go for heavy armor. Like that, just to protect it from being shot in front. What we could do is maybe do 3. Could do this. So it kind of has a bit more support for the gun I'm going to put on that. All right, I think that is what we're gonna do. So the next thing we want to do is just take the ship off, put the guns on there, so we have all those guns connected. We have nothing on stockpile here. So if I do switch lock like that, and then we just lift it a bit from the ground. Now we can put our guns on here. One here, and then a assault cannon on the front. There we go. So that should be a pretty decently defended ship for going and checking out at least that base already. But as you can see, my landing gear is not low enough. You can see, actually my guns are higher. That means I almost need to find a way to extend this. I'm not entirely sure. While we're busy with this, it might be a good idea to just switch over and change our line here to become a conveyor line below. There we go. And then let me just check. Is there anything in this connector still? No. So let's take away. And let's put the other connector on that because that allows me to grab some stuff from it. Now, another thing I would like to do here is put some plates on that. And I might actually go for heavy armor plates. There we go. The only thing I'm not happy with is the landing gear because the guns are taking more space than I expected they would. But now we should be able to land. Check our connector. And say switch lock. Alright, so this landing gear is not working as it's supposed to. I need to almost extend it even further, which is going to make it terrible, at least for now. So I think it might be just smarter to forget about this setup and use regular landing gear until we figure that out. I'll check how I did this with the other one to be 100% sure. Let's see if I can put that landing gear on it. I don't like it. It's not my favorite look on landing gears, but it is what it's gonna be for the moment until we have a solution for it. Alright, let's recharge and let's go and check out the military watchtower. So 7, 6. Let's check this watchtower. I need to add another one, and that's my forward thruster. Alright, so that's definitely a turret. There's only one turret. 1.5, 1.4. Nothing is shooting me from that distance. Okay, oh no, there's another one. See that? That's the one there. We need to shoot pretty high. I don't see any rocket launchers. I don't see any assault guns, so we could go a little bit closer. So we need to hit pretty high above the gun. So for example, this one here. Lock turrets on hostiles. Okay, so they were... Ooh, nice shot. Next one. Dink! Seems like there's only one that does a decent shot. Alright, so that gun is disabled as well. Do we see any more guns? $800. Five. There's a turret there. You see that one there? About... Yeah. Still active. Come on, just a nice little central hit. Alright, that should be it. No? No? Is that it? That's it. Alright. Let's see if I can go a little bit lower. We could use our top turret as well. But I'm not entirely sure which one that's gonna be. That's the frontal. Let's take this one here and see if I say control. Yeah, that's the one. Perfect. I don't see any other turrets. I got a gremlin in the sky. Let's see if there's maybe one on the other side of the... Could be there's another gun on the other side there. But we might be good if I just land here and then do the rest by foot. It's shooting at my ship. Are you hitting anything? No. Could be it lost its ammo by just shooting aimlessly. Let's see. Is it still... Okay, let me see if I can just... If I were to grind you down, you're gonna see me, no? There's a turret right there. There we go. I feel like you might be empty. Before we do any grinding, we should take down the antenna, because they might spawn in drones. And to do that, I'm just gonna disconnect the... There we go. Anything else? Nothing? Alright, let's see what we have. What do we have here? Prototech cooling unit. Was this purchased?
It cost me everything I had, but it's mine. Now I just need someone to tell me what it is.
He must have been talking about this, the cooling unit. Cost him everything, and I picked it up for nothing. Truth is, even I don't know what to do with it. Maybe the next log will give me some answers. Magnesium, cobalt, uranium. Okay, good. Was it in here? Some artillery shells, that's not bad as well. Alright, we can come in here and then grab everything from here to get some resources. Some ammo, not bad. Nothing in here. Let's go down first. Got some oxygen, got some bottles. Oh, got a Pro 1. Got some minor tools. More scrap. Girders. Let's go upstairs. We just use my jetpack so we can check which floors we're at. It's a kitchen. Some coke in here or coffee. Inventory. Nothing in my bed. Captain's desk.
On the one hand, people are scared about the Factorum and need weapons. On the other hand, everyone wants Prototech.
Factorum, another faction. Haven't run into them yet, but it sounds like they're behind this Prototech. Everyone seems to want it, but no one is saying where to find it. I've only come across that cooling unit so far. I wonder what more is out there. Let me just hold onto that datapad as well. Some money. Oh, is it that guy here?
Chasing ghosts. That's what it feels like. The Factorum don't keep outposts on the ground, only shadows of their work, rumors and scraps. Their true strongholds drift in the dark between the stars, stations drifting where no maps reach, ships that appear and vanish without a trace. People say, if you catch even a glimpse of their Prototech, you're already in deeper than you should be. I thought I could find them. I was wrong.
So, the Factorum aren't on this planet after all. Figures. Looks like their tech is way beyond anything I've seen here. I'll hang on to this datapad as well, could be useful later. Still, how are we supposed to track down people who don't want to be found? What's that? That's new. 9,599 kilometers. That's something I cannot reach. We need to find a way to reach that. Alright. Well, I guess what we're gonna do, we're gonna take this base apart, or at least use all the good stuff that we can find, bring it home, and then from here on, we need to find a way to get there. 9,000 kilometers, that's a big jump. Alright, so what we could do is try and see if we could land our ship on here, but I might have to move these containers and the floor here. And that's the second one. There we go. And then I just need to empty all these containers here. This artillery shells. Drop them all in here. And once this is cleared, we can then land our ship on this platform. Am I locked? I'm locked. Alright. Alright. Let's close this door. Let's open this door. And close you again. Come on. Some bad weather out here. That means I should be able to withdraw from here and put it in here. Or we can put a conveyor that we can grab from there. That might be a good idea. But I think if I would just make my supply pipe go here and then go up, we could fly our ship to connect on that connector. Yes, alright. So let me disconnect the ship, fly a bit higher, put a connector on top, and then see if we can connect to the base like that. Let's connect and let's transfer everything over, and then we can completely grind this base down. I'm just gonna do a time lapse of that. There we go. 7 connected. Right, I'm gonna start with grinding down this base, bit by bit from top to bottom, and then we can move on. Alright, and that's it. That's all we have from this base, which means next time we're gonna have to look if any of these bases have any of the information or technology that could help us to get to that spot. We are pretty filled up now, I think. Let's see, what is the weight of the ship? 730,000. How was that? Is this like 300,000 more than usual? Yeah, it's definitely heavier. Alright, let's get our butt home. Whew, alright. Here we go. We can now empty the ship into the base. And we can call it another day. This was pretty successful. We have learned about the Factorum, and we should be able now to at least try to get there. Maybe with some luck, like I said, can find one of these bases and see if any of them have any blueprints or technology or information for us. But that will be for tomorrow. The Watchtower is gone. I brought back resources and data pads that only raise more questions. The Factorum, whoever they are not on this planet. Their reach is much further, and their prototech is something I barely understand. For now, the ship is stocked, the tanks are filled, and I've got more defenses in place. Tomorrow I'll look for the next lead, maybe in another base, maybe we find another clue, but tonight I need some rest, one step at a time. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, then don't forget to leave a like and share your thoughts in the comments. I will see you in the next one. Beeblebum out.